Hey, it's Mike at MPDSports and doing our first podcast. Looking to go over this infield alignment. And I'm just pulling up basically the depth chart for the Red Sox for 2016. Currently looking at Sandoval on third, Bogarts at shortstop, Pedroia on second, and Ramirez on first. The sad thing is that somehow Brock Holt found himself on the outside looking in, which is wrong on so many levels. Now, Sandoval, unfortunately, didn't have the intelligence to come in shape when you have an off season. When you would think that with his salary, and looking this up on Sport Track, the 2016 salary roughly 17,600,000. When you finish as badly as the Red Sox finish, you would have liked to have thought that Pablo Sandoval would have come in shape, looking to prove that he's actually quasi worth the money that we're giving him. Well, shouldn't say we, that the Red Sox is giving him. And then you have the Hanley Ramirez failed experiment, and this is even worse when I was looking this over. You have Hanley Ramirez is due to get $22 million, almost 23 million this year, and we're hoping that this guy can actually play first base. A first baseman making $22 million. Only on the Red Sox. And then you take a look at these figures for Sandoval. He gave us a whopping 10 home runs, 47 RBIs, and 126 games. That's just lovely. And a batting average of 245. All right off of MLB. Hanley Ramirez, 105 games. Whopping 53 RBIs. 19 home runs, which isn't all that bad. 6 stolen bases, which is nice, but a 249 batting average isn't worth that kind of money. And then you have Brock Holt, the guy who should be playing in the infield. And here we are. He's only batting 280. I guess batting average doesn't matter with this Red Sox team. And then you have 2 home runs, 45 RBIs. In 129 games. And this is the guy who, when you look at the depth chart for the Red Sox right now, I know it's spring training, but how is he out? How is a guy batting 280 in the major leagues doesn't have a position? I mean, it's just one of these things that has to change in the Red Sox. You can't keep bringing in these guys that you fall in love with, and then you have a mess on your hands, and you have good players that aren't playing. I mean, with the amount of money that this team is being paid, you have to make it happen. You have to finish better than what they're finishing. You have to get it done, and I just can't believe that Pablo Sandoval came in all out of shape after being so bad last year. I can't believe. You can at least give Hanley Ramirez a credit. He was down in training camp way early, trying to learn how to play first base. You can at least give him some respect for that. But Hanley Ramirez, Pablo Sandoval came in looking like he ate the panda bear instead of being the panda bear, which it's just unacceptable. And the infield, I like Bogarts at shortstop. I'm not necessarily against that, but you're not going to move Pedroia from second base, but Holt has to find his way somewhere on that team. You just don't leave a bat that's hitting 280 out. It makes no sense. It doesn't even make baseball sense. Even if you were using some of these oddball stats that the Red Sox like to use, you still don't leave a guy hitting 280 who can actually steal bases in the bench. It does not make any sense. So, just covering this little prelim of Red Sox this spring training. Hopefully, I'll see some games. Hopefully, so they'll stop putting them on TV. Then I can actually see how bad Sandoval actually is, and how bad Ramirez is going to end up playing first base. I'm hoping that at the very least Ramirez can play first base. For that kind of money, I like to think he can do something. But early on in this 2016 season, I'm not liking what I see, and it's a shame that this division isn't necessarily that tough this year, and I just don't like I just don't like what I see here, and it has to get better. And it's so early, so hopefully these players will do better. But Sandoval's situation is totally unacceptable. I mean, the player should be ashamed of himself. Never mind Red Sox management. Only thing Red Sox management should be doing is apologizing for even getting this player in the first place. So what you're going to see is we'll be having some of these podcasts from time to time. They'll eventually get better too. I'm probably rambling a little bit, just going through some of these stats and, of course, the contracts. I mean, $17.6 million for Pablo Sandoval to come in like a beached whale. And then Hanley Ramirez, the great experiment, I should say, out in the outfield, is going to take in $22 million this year. And now we're going to hopefully pray that he's going to find a way to play first base. That just is $22.75 million. And we hope he can play first base. That's an absolute sin. But this is going to be done for this podcast for now, and you'll probably going to look to do these every week or every other week going forward. So I hope you guys like it. If you don't, give us a holler if you want some changes. Let us know in some comments. That's it for now. You'll be seeing these over the next week to 2 weeks. We'll keep them going, and we'll be covering, as we normally do, we'll cover Red Sox, we'll cover Patriots, we'll cover some other sports from time to time as they come up. And maybe some poker that I like to do from time to time. But for now, this is what we have, and everyone enjoy baseball, because baseball is finally coming home. Mike, MPD Sports. Take care now.